This video has a like goal. Helping this video achieve it will grant you something just as spectacular as the One Piece treasure. Full details at the end of the video. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Manga etc, and I'm here today to bring you What If Ace, Sabo and Luffy joined the same crew, part 8. It has been a while, and even I can admit that I needed a recap, so don't feel embarrassed if you're in the same boat. You know what to do by now. There's a whole playlist. Go back, refresh however way you feel you need to, and then come back for this part. And without further ado, I'm now going to dive right in. This part will start off with Luffy making snowmen just like in the original story. He would invite the others to join him, but Ace, Sanji and Sabo would be preoccupied with shoveling snow off the deck. Zoro would still be sleeping just like in the original story. Ace will remark to Luffy he should stop playing and help. Sabo will comment on the drastic change in the weather so suddenly. It would be a while before Sabo would notice that they are of course before instructing everyone they need to turn the ship around. This is when the merry-go runs into the same trouble it does within the original story. Sanji checks the lower levels for leaks. While repairing them, he remarks he knows they are there to the two people he can sense hiding. They both come out. Sanji is ready to go on the offensive, but is also distracted by the beauty of Miss Wednesday. Before a fight breaks out, Mr. 9 and Miss Wednesday suggest now's not the time for a fight and that he should leave them be as they can be of help to them right now. All three of them go back to the upper level so this can be discussed with the whole crew. But before the discussion becomes long-winded, Sabo shuts it down saying we don't have time for this, just let them do as they please for now. So with their additional support, they are able to make it to the point where Whiskey Peak is within their sights. Zoro wakes up to see two people he isn't familiar with and starts to question them. Once he gets their names, he comments on how they sound familiar to him. This is where they panic and decide to take their leave. Not particularly fussed with them leaving, the ASL pirates sail on until they reach Whiskey Peak. Excitement forms among the crew as they approach, thinking about what challenges they may face. They are welcomed by the locals who want to throw them a party to celebrate their arrival. Sabo does inquire about how long the log post will take to set, but the mouse shrugs off the question, telling Sabo to worry about it later. They all party until they seemingly pass out. The report Mr. 9 and Miss Wednesday write to send back is the same, explaining they couldn't get food but have captured a pirate crew. Shortly after that, they meet with the mayor of Whiskey Peak and we learn of the not so innocent intentions of the locals. They don't have much interest in the ASL pirates as they did with the Straw Hats because at the present moment in time nobody in the crew is wanted. However, they still plan to steal their supplies. This is where Zoro and Sabo reveal themselves. With the villain's shock, Sabo explains he saw something was up. Zoro then goes on to explain his previous recruitment request to Baroque Wax. Mr. 8 gives them a death warning, but neither Zoro or Sabo falter. Zoro asks can he deal with this himself, to which Sabo says sure, why not. The takedown of 100 Baroque Works members starts the same, with Zoro and now Sabo disappearing into the crowd. Sabo takes his leave completely while Zoro threatens Mr. 8 with his sword. As Mr. 8, Mr. 9 and Ms. Wednesday watch, they can't believe how well Zoro is doing. They join the fight, but it goes the same way it does within the original story. He defeats all 100 with no trouble. Sabo and Zoro only have a short while to chill before Mr. 5 and Miss Valentine appear, revealing that they were sent to get rid of the traitor, who they revealed to be Mr. 8 and Miss Wednesday. Vivi is able to flee while Mr. 8 and Mr. 9 protect her. Now realizing he's outmatched, he begs Zoro and Sabo to protect Vivi. However, this doesn't go well for him simply because Nami isn't here. Money-hungry Nami saw this as an opportunity to make a quick buck. Sabo and Zoro on the other hand are thinking this is none of our business, we have no reason to, and because you was planning to kill us, no. While this is going on, Luffy still gets up to go pee. He hears the commotion going on with Vivi and heads that way. Unfortunately, by the time Luffy gets there, Vivi is just being killed. Luffy asks what's going on here, recognizing her from the ship earlier. Mr. 5 and Miss Valentine mention how she was a traitor and that they were sent there to kill her. They also mention that they are there to kill Garms. Upon realizing through further conversation that they mean the mayor of the town, Luffy is quick to defend him because of his hospitality. Luffy takes on both Mr. 5 and Miss Valentine 2-on-1. I think due to how easily they are defeated in the original story, Luffy would have no problem taking them on 2 versus 1. After the fight, Zoro, Sabo and Garms arrive because they heard the commotion. Garms sees Vivi dead and breaks down. He later fully explains the situation to Sabo, Zoro and Luffy, and in a similar fashion to when Vivi done it, he lets the identity of Mr. Zero slip. But unluckies appear and now go to report this. Ikigam explains that Baroque's works will now be after them, but they don't seem fussed. They go wake up Ace and Sanji and explain the situation to them. Ace suggests it might be better to bring the fight to Baroque's work rather than wait for them to turn up. Ikigam offers to help the ASL pirates get to Alabasta if they're serious about taking the fight straight to Baroque works. He tells them about the eternal log post and that with it, he can guide them straight to Alabasta. However, both Sabo and Luffy are not keen on skipping out on the islands between Whiskey Peak and Alabasta, so Ace is outvoted on this regard. Ikigam then decides to try get back to Alabasta and report the death of Vivi. Both parties leave at the same time, but Ikigam's ship is blown up shortly after takeoff. Soon after, Robin reveals herself. They have a similar interaction as the original story, but she does not introduce herself. This part ends off with the ASL pirates heading towards Little Garden. So without further ado, the light goal. Alrighty, so let's talk about the light goal. So I was thinking if we can get 10 likes within the first week, then I will have the next part out the week after that. Just so there's no confusion, I have the dates displayed on the screen. So yeah, let's see if we can hit this like goal. Make sure you check the end cards for the next part, because depending on when you're watching this, it already may be out. Like always guys, I'm asking for your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. But most importantly, take care, have a nice day.